You guys ever tried these? These are tasty. Should probably give them a whirl. Anyways, welcome back to Angling Archaeology. Glad to have you here. It's been a wild couple weeks. I've been on the water a few times with little to no luck. We've had cold front, rain, followed up by extreme heat. The bass spawn has been shut off almost completely, at least where I'm living. Or maybe I'm just not that good, which is probably the real answer. But you know, gar and catfish and things like that, those are through the roof. But that's not generally what I fish for. And then last week I was in Las Vegas for work, or as I like to call it, lost wages. I know, I'm hilarious. So I haven't had a whole lot of time to do any videos for you. But what I have had time for when I got back, I've noticed a couple estate sales. And these aren't things that I generally go out and look for, but if I see them, I'll stop and just see if they have anything. And for whatever reason, the last couple that I went to have had phenomenal fishing gear. And so I figured today we'll take a look at some of the stuff that I picked up on the last two estate sales. So let's show you a video. It's a real quick video of what I went to last week and picked up. And then this is what I found this morning, which this is the bread and butter right here. This is, in my opinion, pretty good find. And there you go. So without further ado, take a look. Well, I think we all know the old saying, the early bird gets the jelly worm. Let's take a quick look at some of the items I got over there. First, we got some cream worms here. You got a pre-rigged one right there. Got a 3-pack, all the old school packaging right there. This I thought was awesome. Some old school Norman snatrix. Those are great. It's kind of to resemble a water snake, more or less. Picked up a few packages of those. Still new in package. We got some of these glow worms. I think it's more for muskie. These are out of Wisconsin, but still pretty cool. This I love, an old Burke chain worm. There's actual chain inside there. I've got a few of these. Oops, I dropped the camera there. These old school rooster tail, new in package. I love that artwork on there. Super cool. I've got a few spoons here. This guy must have did some fishing up north or trout or something else, but I've got a small Johnson minnow in the original old school packaging there. You've got an old Abu spoon, well, I guess it's an inline spinner, I'm sorry. Here's an old Abu inline spinner. Here's a spoon. This is the Hedden. This is called the Hedden Sonar. And then I'm actually gonna take one of these out today. I think these are pretty cool. Bass Magic. I'll get the packaging on that, but look at that. That's an inline spinner spoon. Probably take this one just because it's kind of already out of the package anyways. But really cool. You just don't see something like that. Got old Uncle Buck's spinnerbait. It's probably from the late 90s, early 2000s. And last but not least, I got a few individual lures here. This is an old Lazy Ike, Fort Dodge, Iowa. We got a big craw from Hedden, and probably my favorite find of the day. Anytime I can find one of these for a couple bucks, an old school original Big O, old school Cordell right there. You find one of these at a garage sale for $2. Pick it up every time. Yeah. So I'll tell you what, let's take this puppy out on the water today and see if we can find something. Well, it's been a long day on the water. I've only got a couple fish, but I think it's time to bring out the magic. That's right, the bass magic. This is what I found today at the estate sale. Never heard of this bait before. It's pretty cool though. It's got looks like almost like an inline spinner on the front. You got some little eyes, you got the spoon right there, and then also a treble hook in the back. Says it drives fish crazy. So we'll see if it does. I'm gonna tie it on. We're gonna go over to the spillway, see what happens. It's worth a shot. Why not? Now, if you notice from the intro video and the one that I just showed you, when you're in an estate sale, you don't have a whole lot of time to film and talk about what you're seeing. Those things are clusters. It is a free-for-all. People are grabbing everything. You just kind of got to get in, grab what you want, and go. Now, when you watch something like a Retro Bastard video, he's in an old school tackle shop, and they've got tons of stuff on the shelves, and he does a phenomenal job of analyzing everything that's on the shelves and talking about it into detail and stuff like that. Unfortunately, estate sales, you just don't have that kind of luxury. You got to get in early, get what you can get, and then get out of there. So what we're going to do now is kind of analyze what I grabbed. And so we'll take a look at what's inside this 747, this rod and reel combo, some of the lures that I picked up, and we'll see what I found. You know what? I'm actually kind of looking at this the first time with you. So we're going to start over here with the spinner baits, and I grabbed these because I really like the color of these. You do not see a whole lot of this type of color anymore, and I had to have them. And this is what I'm geeking out most about. This is awesome. A whole bucket full of old school skirts to go with some of the spinner baits that I have. And I thought that was great. I did the right thing too by putting all these on a cloth table skirt, so they're all getting stuck. But anyways, you get the idea. Pre-Rapala, Storm, Wigglewort right there, a Fat Wrap, another Rapala right there. You got some Cordell, Spots, and as I mentioned before, the Big O. Anytime I see these, I'm going to grab them. The spoon's pretty cool. This is an old weight wing in line with the spoon in the back. You got a Smithwick's, you got a Devil's Horse, got a few of those. Rebel, some Arbogast topwater jitterbugs. I like these. I mean, these are kind of still a dime a dozen, but the old school bomber. Some Hellbenders. Some of these will go in the tackle box, some will go on eBay, some will go at the end of a line, and I'll be tossing them out. This is an old school, I think it's a Hellcat. I think it's by Whopper Stopper. And this is their Whopper Stopper right here. This is kind of their version of the Bayou Boogie. You have or you know what? If they came out with it first, let me know. I've been wrong before. You have some Hedden Sonics right there. You got other Hedden Topwater, and then a River Runt as well. They were really proud of this combo. I don't generally go to these type of things and look for rod and reel combos. I'm generally looking for lures. But this one I thought was a neat little combo. It's an old school Daiwa with a Garcia rod. Now we're on to my favorite part right here, the 747 Plano. No one knew how to open this. And as a matter of fact, there's two of them, but the other one didn't have anything in it. This one did, but no one knew how to open up the box. So I grabbed it, I opened it up kind of in the corner somewhere, and I saw that this thing was full of some good stuff. So how you open these is you flip this down. I mean, all you have to do is read the directions. Flip that like that, pull out this a little bit, lift that up, and voila, there you go. So you start at the top of this. You've got Storm, new in package, Rooster Tails. This I thought was awesome. Just jam-packed. Old school Storm once again. You got rattle traps, tons of Rapalas in here. And here's one, I don't know what this is. If you guys can put in a little message and let me know what you think this is. I've never seen this before. It's got the fin on it. Now, I've seen these before, this kind of lip. I can't remember who makes this, but I know there's a bait called the Hot Lips, and I don't know if it's that or if it's related to that. Probably not, but it's a very unique bait. If you guys know who makes that, I thought that was really cool. You've got some thin fins in here, but lots of treasures going on. You've got some more Rapala over there as well. Now this, I think is really cool. Look at this. Still new in card, Bass Buster, Shimmy Shad Spins. You're gonna love that. Bass Pro Shop Squirm Worm. Look at these. I don't even know how many is here, but a ton of just red, white, and yellow, or chartreuse, but probably more yellow jig heads. Oh, you get some extra white ones there. Love that. Now, You can't go wrong with this. Twin Sensation, Mr. Twister, and there's tons of them in here. But like I said, they couldn't figure out how to open up the box, so I think I walked away with a few more than I probably should have. I got to fish a few of these. These are absolutely incredible. I love it. And then too, you know, you've also got some smaller, just Mr. Twister. It looks like it's kind of a they call it the curly tails, but looks like more of a buck hair kind of jig, more or less. But you can see a full stack of them. Tackle tunes. All right, before we get into tackle tunes, I've got a new segment. It's called Mike's Mistakes. Mike's Mistakes. That's impromptu. That's pretty good. Anyways, on the last video I did with the Outhouse magazine, I led you to believe that the Mr. Twister Sassy Skirt came before Doc Moorhead's The Nasty Skirt. As a matter of fact, this one actually came first before Mr. Twister. Now that being said, if you see anything that I'm saying incorrectly on the videos, please, by all means, call me out on this. I'm trying to give you guys the most accurate information, but I don't know it all. I'm trying to learn it. I'm learning something new every day. So I'll do whatever I can to you know, correct it if I'm giving you something wrong. But that being said, just wanted to make sure that I cleared that up. And let's move on to Tackle Tunes. So when I was in Vegas this week, the Doobie Brothers were kicking off their 50th anniversary tour. Got the shirt right here, concert tee. I figured when you're out there fishing some of those estate sale finds, try the Doobie Brothers. Get out there. And one of my personal favorites is this one right here. You've got some incredible tunes like What a Fool Believes. I mean, just a phenomenal. This is kind of what sparked yacht rock, in my opinion, is this late 70s Doobie Brothers. But if you want the ultimate, and I think I've already actually mentioned this album before on Tackle Tunes, but it's only relevant because this week I saw them live, is the, you know, Best of the Doobs. Best of the Doobs have it all. It's got China Grove, Long Chain Runnin', Listen to the Music, Blackwater, Rockin' Down the Highway, Jesus Just Alright, It Keeps You Runnin'. I can't think of a better album that's ever been produced than this. Hey, fight me on it. You know what? I'm gonna tell you, this is music right here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't be scared to go out to an estate sale, look for some finds. There's a lot of great stuff out there. Just stop, take a look. You know, it's not every day that you're gonna find, you know, a whole tackle box full of old school lures, but it's worth a shot. I'll be honest with you, I spent a couple $100s today, and that might sound absolutely crazy, but quite frankly, if you break all that down between tackle box, rod and reel combo, all the reels or the lures and everything else that I've got in there, I at least doubled my money. So you can collect, you can cast, and you can sell. It's everything that you love. So get out there, find an estate sale, find a garage sale, unearth the good old days, and find some of those old lures. Until next time, we'll see you out there, guys.